Hello, boys and girls. We're going to talk today about our new unit. It's called Characteristics and Growth of Organisms. And this unit is broken up into two parts. The first part is plants, and that's what we're going to start with this week. But first, we have to talk about what is an organism. So, our essential question is, how do we classify organisms? And then, more importantly, what is an organism? When you look at these pictures, you'll notice that some of these things are living and non-living. Which of these things are living? Which of these things are non-living? Pause the video and think to yourself. If you said that the bird is living, you are correct. If you said that the flower was living, you were correct. And if you said that the tree over here is living, you are correct. The rock and the playset are non-living things. The tree, the bird, and the flower are all organisms, living things. An organism is any living thing. An organism can be a plant, an animal, or a microorganism. In fourth grade, we break these down just by plants and animals. We're not going to talk about microorganisms. So you'll be seeing this web a lot, and I've covered up the bottom part of it. But we're just going to discuss right now how the living organisms are broken down into plants and broken down into animals. You will see that this can also be found and any of these notes can be found in your plants digital notebook. Now, there are some rules for organisms. The first rule is that all living things need energy. Whether it's a dog, if you have a dog or a cat or some type of pet, you know that it needs food to live, to survive. We need food. Humans need food. We have to eat every day or we won't survive. Also, plants need energy. They actually make their own food. That's why plants are so special. They have something called photosynthesis. That's where they get their energy from the sun to make their own food. But either way, they still need energy. Rule number 2. All living things grow and change, and you'll also hear the word develop. Think about it. You are not the same size that you were when you were born. Look at the little baby in the middle picture. That little baby will grow and develop into a toddler, into a child, into a teenager, into an adult, just like my little boy CJ. He'll do the same thing, just like you when you were born. You're not the same size you were when you were born, and you still have a lot of growing and developing to do. Think about a baby calf, a cow, when he has a baby. Those cows grow and develop into adult cows. And then plants are the same way. They start as a seed or a spore, and they grow into another plant. So all living things grow and change or develop. They don't stay the same their entire life. The third rule for organisms is that all living things reproduce. So if it's a fruit or a flower, they use pollination or they use their seeds or spores to make other plants or fruit. And animals, humans, that sort of thing, they have babies either by live birth or by eggs. All living things reproduce. Number 4, all living things respond to the world around them. Sunflowers are really cool, and that's just a great example of this. When it's sunny, sunflowers will turn to the sun to get that energy that they need from the sun. When you think about some type of bears in their environment, their coat, their fur turns different colors based on where they are. Our environment, when we go out to recess and it's really hot, or you go to PE and you've been running around, your face might turn really, really red, or you might start really, really sweating. Our body is responding to the world around us. All living things respond to the world around them. But different from that, there are 4 things that every organism must have to survive. Every organism must have food or energy. We kind of already talked about that. Everything, whether it's a plant or an animal, needs food and energy to survive. They also need shelter. Now, whether that means they need that humans need a roof over their head, or that animals might need a little burrow or a tunnel that they make in the ground. All organisms need some type of shelter. We also need water. Animals need water. Plants need water. And then animals need space. Humans need space, but plants need space as well. When you're planting a plant or a seed, you can't plant those seeds too close together. They have to be spaced enough so that those roots can grow in the ground and have enough space to flourish and grow. So every organism must have food and energy, shelter, water, and space. So here's the entire web that I mentioned earlier. Organisms are living things, all living things. In 4th grade, we're going to break them down into plants and animals. And then more than that, we're going to talk about these things later. But more than that, plants are broken down into flowering and non-flowering. And we're going to focus on that in a few days. Animals are broken down into vertebrates and invertebrates. We're going to focus on that in our next unit in animals. And then the 4 things that animals need: food and energy, shelter, water, and space. In Schoology, you're going to access this Google slide, and it's the web that you just saw. In the text boxes, you're going to type the correct answers to the web. Use your Plants digital notebook or this video to help you, but try to do it first without looking. See how you can do it. Now, you don't have to add the pictures to the very bottom, just type the words. Let me show you how to access it in Schoology. You're going to go to Schoology, and you're going to go to our science course. You're going to go to Remote Learning Week number 2. This is where all of our science assignments are found for the week. You're going to go to our Monday folder. And your organisms web is right here. When you click on it, you're going to click on My Documents and Edit. When you bring it up, it's going to look like this. Don't forget, when you're done, make sure that you hit Submit back in Schoology. Don't forget, you can use your notebook in this video to help you. Happy learning!